creating is everything for me. I mean, it's cool to put it out there in the world, but thinking of ideas for paintings is probably my favorite part by far. And then, you know, executing and actually painting and doing all that I love doing it, and I've gotten better at doing it, but I like the ideas are probably what really stoked me the most. You know, I'm always gonna do characters. I love painting characters. For me, they're as real as a lot of my friends. Still don't know where this hair is going. He's still not happy with this color, but it's a step in the right direction. He just told me, he was like, dude, can you take a little off the sides? I consider myself kind of a bi-coastal kid because my parents moved us out from Philadelphia to San Francisco when I was pretty young, but we continued to go back. Like, all my family and all my identity still feels very, very much attached to the East Coast, Philadelphia, New York. The pull to a big city came from hanging out in New York when I was young and seeing the culture there, but also growing up in Palo Alto, and we'd take the train up to San Francisco to go skateboarding and to go riding. It felt like a mecca. It's such a beautiful city. I am constantly surprised by stuff. I still see, I've been here almost all my life, and there's stuff I find. We're in the Magic Forest. Mind you, we are still in San Francisco right now, not far from the sunset. This place helps me stay creative and stay inspired, so it's pretty cool. I bring the sketchbook up here and hang out. It's so quiet. This is the city. Wow. Oh, those are pretty cool textures. And the ferns growing there, oh, that's awesome. Nature, Goulet. That's why I come out here. Quick staring contest. You win. You always do. I mean, art school is, you know, it's right for some people. And, you know, if my wife hadn't gone to art school, I'd probably still be, I mean, she met me and I was working with whiteout and Sharpie pens, and, you know, those were still some of my mainstay stuff. And I love playing with it. It's just, I definitely was educated by Kelly Tunstall on a whole bunch of stuff. I feel pretty lucky about that.
I know I taught him to not put duct tape on his paintings. Now he's getting a little more refined, a little less like using office supplies for his work.
When you meet somebody and it's like, oh my God, this is how cool it could be, you know, just talking about art and talking, you know, it's like, oh my God, wow. This is something that will last for forever, you know. I'm not gonna get bored talking about process with her. We can totally nerd out on all kinds of stuff.
From Ferris, I've learned a tenacity. I admire his ability to sit down for hours and hours and hours, because I really can't or don't like he does, you know, and that's becoming more prevalent right now. His new work is so intense and so beautiful, but it needs intense handwork all the time, and it's gotten to be a Zen form for him.
We went to Japan in May, and were invited to do a small show with some of our friends that have a shop in Harajuku. And I've always wanted to do a traditional samurai woodblock kind of style work, but I've always been a little bit gun shy. I talked to a couple of the people over there at the shop and a couple of my other Japanese friends, and they said, go for it, you know.
He just really wanted to make something great for Japan. To watch him go from these real human but rough characters that developed on t-shirts to these really elegant, refined forms that still maintain the same humor. It's a layering and a refinement that is so amazing to watch unfold, like before my very eyes.
It's always a risk, but it's fun.
You know, when I saw the pieces from Japan, I told them that they were like, these are the best things you've ever done. Like, I really want to see you. To push that and to keep going with it, because I really think people are going to freak out when they see these.
I've never worked with Shooting Gallery before, so it's kind of, I want to represent properly for them too, you know? Be like, this is my new stuff, we're working together, you know? Take it or leave it. I always think of openings as birthday parties for the artwork, you know? And it's like, hey, this is going out into the world. People are seeing it for the first time, and you know, it's a little bit, it's nerve-wracking because it's me up on the walls and it's personal and all that, but have to let it go.
So he reaches back to the ancient cultures to derive his work, I think. It's really lovely and very, it's expedient to the moment of your appreciation of color and line work, and it's just gorgeous. I really like it.
For me, this is the best show that Ferris has ever done, ever. I mean, this entire show altogether is a masterpiece.
For 100 years, they've been burning at the stake artists who are into like cartoon or narrative art. You know, they try to get rid of the religious aspect of art for a long time. And so abstract art, pointillism, all kinds of crazy things have come along. And now finally the museums are starting to accept again illustrative art as art.
Yeah, the Asian Art Museum contacted me while my show was up at the Shooting Gallery, and they asked me to come in and talk about my work. I guess they're opening a contemporary gallery within the museum, and they're kind of trying to approach artists they're interested in working with. So, gonna be the start of something great. At the very least, I feel very honored. You know, obviously, working with museums are kind of wet dreams for us artists. So, to feel like I'm honoring something instead of disgracing it, it feels good too, you know? Also, of course, we have a kid now, so this is the first real big work show where the day after I have an old homie to hang out with. Oh gosh, yeah, eat those delicious glasses. We are at the Horseshoe Courts in Golden Gate Park, which is one of my favorite places to come. It's very quiet, good energy, and reminds me of when I used to play horseshoes with my grandpa in Philadelphia. The big thing I've gotten out of working this year is like my time is even more precious, so I have less time to putz around. I've streamlined things so that I move way more quickly. How are those glasses? So they're licorice flavored, by the way. Thank you. That was delicious. Oh, and some more? Thanks, so good. I'm doing a collaboration show with my good friend Death P. Sun at Giant Robot 2 in Los Angeles next month. And I just wanted to do a little animation to go along with our art show. I like movement. I like to think of my characters alive and well and running around. And my good friend Jim from 84 Films does that. He likes making my characters run around too.
There's certain artists that I've worked with where, like, as soon as I see their artwork, it's like, you look at it and you can tell that's made to move. And I offered, you know, hey, I'm a fan of your artwork, like, let me animate something for you. And that's when we did the first episode of The Seafarers. And it just kind of continued on from there. Each level of production, from like the storyboards to the drawings to the animation to the editing, we're always trying to make it better and more effective and just more enjoyable for people to watch. So
Draw the arms and the face. Doing all the different weird faces and stuff. He gets amped about it too, you know. We sit there and we talk about it for hours. We'll have this whale creature come out of the sea and grab the guy by the face, you know, and it's all these, like, we're all very serious about it when we're talking about it, and then every once in a while we'll stop and crack up. It's make-believe. It's one of the greatest things you can do.
he's a genuinely amazing person and a talented artist, and somebody that I'm really happy to be collaborating with. It's not just like doing the animation, it's like doing the animation and he has to paint a full show.
Giant Robot 2 have been around for a while, and they're pretty amazing dudes. I guess we met about 8 years ago at Alternative Press Expo in San Francisco. I hadn't heard of Giant Robot at the time, so it was one of those like, oh wow, this exists. And I opened the magazine and it had everything that basically I collected and looked at when I was a little dude, so it was, yeah. I didn't feel like so alone.
He was really, not bold, he was kind of quiet. I don't think he said anything. He might have said, I do art, and then he just handed me some stickers. They're red and white stickers and some characters. And I remember I was like, hey, this stuff's really cool. I was like, what kind of name is Ferris Plock? I'm like, you know, these San Francisco people with their graffiti names. I was like, this is not serious, but sure enough, turned out he's a really nice guy. To me, there's a vintage quality, but a brand new quality to it. And before, it didn't have that. It was just like characters that were well drawn. But now I feel like there's like a historical value to it in a way. Like there's a design quality that I can't quite put my finger on, but it's like 50s and 60s. It's nostalgic, but yet it's new. You know, and it's cool. So it's kind of like that. I think he's kind of been able to branch these two great periods of time of design.
When shows are not necessarily at a traditional gallery, it gives me a little more freedom to try different things. Like, I've never silk screened on wood, found art stuff before, and I really wanted to try it, but kind of bad time. I was hoping, I want to concentrate on the residency and really give it my all.
Four months since LA. For our little mellow show down there at Giant Robot LA. Tomorrow night is the opening of Hunt and Gather, my show at the Dump. We're in the Recology studio space where we make art, but before we can make art, we have to go actually recover materials to use. This is my shopping cart, and I take this into the pit, which is the nickname we've given the main recycling and disposal room, where basically I go shopping for materials. This is about as mellow as you're gonna get here. A little bit of a ghost town. Yeah, probably better this way. There's just like a sense of being totally overwhelmed, though, for sure. You come out here and the magnitude of the material that's getting thrown away is just so gigantic. You can't even concentrate, really.
His imagination was already going crazy, and then everything at the dump just made it even more crazier. He just added things all the time. He worked a lot from images he found in the public disposal area. One day, a big pile of cheese came in, and then these cheese graters started showing up in his art. He's been working for the past 3 months, and we are getting ready really quickly. We're piling up some Christmas trees in the back of the studio, getting ready for a big forest back there to place some art back in the yard of the studio.
That was culmination of a whole lot of stuff. I feel like I was getting torn in about 20 different directions when that was happening, but it was, what an experience. The wife helps me stay like, hey, maybe you should be excited about your opening, and and selling artwork and meeting new people and all the bits that happen with an opening,
His requirement is to make himself laugh out, while he's working on things. Just these odd juxtapositions between these characters, and they're, utterly ridiculous, but then you look at it and it's so beautiful, like so deeply gorgeous. I wish I could be one of these people coming into this room for the first time and looking at his work fresh,
As you can see, we've decided to go minimal here. Stripped down to bare bones, bicycle, that's it. Now we're moving. We moved this morning out of this amazing space. 1808 McAllister.
He's the funniest, and through all of this and through life, it's nice to have someone with such an insane sense of humor. Even when stuff's really not going right, you can turn it on its head and poke at it a little bit, and it's a good time to be thankful, and we're just excited to be moving on into who knows what. I mean, it's kind of like that point where like I get to go to a new house tonight and start something new. It's exciting and really scary.
I'm having a good time. It's some of the hardest stuff in the world right now, but some of the best, I'm just like really enjoying life. It's all over the place, but it's good.